Yo. What up? Welcome to the fans' point of view, y'all. About to do a reaction video, you know what I'm saying, real quick. I get up into the Indiana and Miami. I'll give y'all one of those soon here. Hopefully I'm planning on a live, but I'm about to give y'all this, man, you know, because this is what it is, man. I'm gonna get it straight up into it, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Let's go ahead, man. This is a reaction. This is Cam Newton, Coach Prime. Shout out to $1 million worth of game and the Joe Klatt show.
Is you want to go chase a bag instead of chase the game. Chase the game. The game got the bag. Don't chase the bag. The bag ain't got the game. Chase the game because that's going to sustain you for a moment. This right here is going to maintain you forever. And they chasing the wrong thing. I'd rather chase a place that's going to give me the game, that's going to teach me how to be a man, that's going to teach me about this money, that's going to hold me accountable and make sure I'm disciplined. Not just the bag.
Right there. Press pause right there, Peggy.
Now, we're going to press pause. What he said was, I mean, he said a whole lot, right? He did. Now, it ain't wrong of what Coach Prime just had said. I don't got a problem with what Coach, like I do, right? Because you contradicting yourself out here. And you saying the players, you don't want to pay the players for producing, but you look around on the transfer portal and you see where these players are going. Notre Dame sees the potential in one of your players. They can't go to no other rosters. They can't get no other power. They got I think they got a couple of power players. I don't know if they did. But where am I getting at by saying that? Simply saying you contradicting yourself. Ain't this the man that made this? Hold up. This is crazy. This is insane, people. What we got going on right now is insane. I do not know if y'all really understand what I'm going here. Insanity. This is what's going on right now. Literally. Before our own eyes. Because you got a man who's sitting there telling you it ain't that, right? But this is the man that made this song, though, ain't it? Ain't this the man that made this song? Things change for the better and for the worse. Ain't that the man who made that song? What's the name of that song? What's the name of that song? Oh my goodness, back in 1994, huh? So we ain't gonna blame, oh, he done changed then. He done changed. You can't put something on him that came from 1994. Okay, then we ain't gotta put on from 1994. Let's move up to the 2000s. Let's move up just to a couple years ago. Did he not just do another one? Let's play that one. Oh, it must have been, huh? That's what it is. That's what it's about. What is we talking about? You showing them that it's about the bag, but then you turn around and not want to pay them, and then you fold them, and you act like they leaving because of the bag. You got players leaving that been with him since day one. You think all them players is leaving because of the bag? So you gonna fault them players for wanting the bag to return, and you getting almost the same production out of some of the guys that they bringing in. You could just go look at the stats. I don't gotta pull up the stats for y'all. I could tell y'all the players, right? You got a wide receiver that I really like from Miami of Ohio. Yeah, he a beast. Got 40 receptions, 900 something yards. Didn't Omarion Miller have 40 something receptions, 800 something yards? Ain't that what he happened? Ain't that what he had? Even the All-American wide receiver they got from San Jose. That's almost the same production y'all was getting out of Omarion Miller. Draylon Miller probably would have did that had there been better coaching going on. Let's talk about it if we're going to talk about it. You can't fault them players for that. But you showing them something, and it just ain't him. It's the whole culture. It's everybody. It's a lot of people. It's what we glorify. It's what we glorify as African Americans in this country. That's what it's about, yo. What we glorify. Nobody's making songs about, yeah, I just paid. Oh yeah, dog. I just paid my mortgage. Got a 700 credit score. Got my wifey and my kids. Now we walking back to Walmart store. Yeah, he got a $5 outfit on. Who could stunt like this when your bank account is stacking more? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Nobody making songs like that, bro. Nobody's glorifying that kind of stuff. You want to talk up, you glorify to shoot them up, bang, bang, stunt. I'm going to run down on the nigga. Hey, I'm going to do it. That's the culture you bring in your locker room, and then you get mad. Because hold on, bro, what is we talking about, bro? Ain't this his, bro? We is not, bro. This is his locker room, bro. They got rappers in the locker room bobbing the like this. And I ain't just it, bro. What is we talking about? This is what you bringing. You glorifying it to them. You teaching them it. You showing them that this is the way that it go. And then you got people like Cam Newton now want to get up here and perk and then back and then, you know what I'm saying, help you reduce $1 million worth of game in them, fronting, Wallow and Gillian them up there fronting and everything. And I know they some real ones because they actually do get them young rappers down there and talk to them. But you got somebody because you the love for him, so you trying to help him build up. There ain't nothing going on. You can't fault them kids for leaving. They had a 3-9 season. That's on the coaches. All that talent that was at Colorado. They got a locker room full of talent, and they go 3-9 in the Big 12. What is we talking about? Over talented. An over-talented team for that conference. And was getting blown out the water. That's a reflection on coaching. That's not them. And the guys who was producing. They out of there because they not learning something. There is something that's going on. All you got to do is just pay attention to what's going on. Actions speak way louder than words do. Way louder. And if your actions is showing them this, you condoning that kind of behavior from the jump. Got Big X the Plug performing in your joint. Got Yellow Beezy there. You know what I'm saying? You gonna tell your players they can't smoke no bud, but then you let Snoop Dogg walk and Wu-Tang walk around in your locker room. That's crazy. That's insane. That's crazy. And I ain't got nothing against none of them, but I'm just saying, like, how could you do that, bro? How? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy because they like that. You don't got to bring it into your locker room. You could say, I'm going to bring up to campus like they do at HBCU. They do it on, you know what I'm saying, homecoming weekend. They have them perform. You know what I'm saying? You could bring them on the campus and perform. You ain't got to bring them in. You ain't got to bring that into your locker room environment like that. There's ways to do it. Come on now. Then we talking about, you know what I'm saying? And he don't got nothing to do with this, right? But I'm using Shador for example. His son with a $500,000 watch on his wrist after a football game. Right after the football game, right? I want that too from a player. I want that too from a high school senior that ain't never had nothing. And I just seen your son a couple of years ago on the field with a bust down watch. I want that too. How you gonna tell me I can't try to get that? How? You let your son flex on the field with it like that, man. That's all I'm saying. He out practice. Look. He out practice with bad jewelry on like that, flexing. I want that too if I'm a kid watching this on social media. If you allow it and then you coaching it, but then you like, what is we doing? That's why these youngins ain't got no respect for the old heads now today is because y'all will sit there and try to tell somebody to do something, but then y'all go ahead and do the whole opposite thing. And then it's even funnier because it's like that, and they don't have nothing to do with this. But his son Deion Sanders Jr., he got a lot of followers, a lot of people pay attention to his stuff, lots of people. When you making videos like this, Rolls Royces, you swapping out Rolls Royces, you swapping the joint for a different joint. You swapping a Rolls Royce. You ain't telling people how to get that, how your credit score is tonight, how you worked on this or how you worked on that. It's we glorifying the materialistic things, the false idol stuff. It's false. It's all false. Glorifying that. They want that because that's what they see around you. You're allowing them to see that. And it's a lot of players, and it's just not there per se. But I'm talking about him because he came out and said it. His clip is going viral. And this goes for any coach out there who got the nerve to talk about players wanting the bag. It's crazy. But when you know it's our culture largely who condones this behavior, condones this type of stuff, worships these items, and then turn around and tell them that they can't get it and they can't achieve it. Come on, man. It's crazy. So per se, what do I really got to say about Cam or whatever? You know what? This is what I got to say. I don't have too much to say about what Cam was doing, right? Because it's just crazy. Cam done it too. He's been there and done it too. And I ain't gotta lie. I ain't gotta make nothing up. I don't have to make nothing up. There was a spectator and Cam Newton. He trolled a fan. How did Cam Newton? I didn't write this. Look, I didn't write this. This was wrote. This is by the way his show. Cam Newton roast a fan who tried to troll the former QB. We didn't got the same bank account he's holding. That's how you show a younger man or anybody dominance over them in an argument. We ain't got the same bank account because he told you ain't had no rings, right? We got the same amount of rings. You ain't got none. I ain't got one. But my bank account ain't the same. So you think there ain't somebody else who's seen that clip that same power over somebody? Now you showing a younger man how to insert power over somebody. I got more money than you. Oh, come on, man. Y'all funny as hell, man. Y'all ridiculous, man, with the stuff y'all be talking about out here, man. But then be wanting respect. That's why them young dudes be looking at y'all straight in y'all face, straight in y'all eye with no fear, and be looking, I don't care how tall y'all is, how big you think you really is, and be looking at y'all like, man, you corny, you weak, you a cornball. On sitting here and try to tell me something, and you doing this and you doing that. It's ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous what we do. And I get it. It's all part of the culture, but we got to stop using that excuse, man. We got to be able to hold each other accountable out here. And we got to stop using them weak excuses about all this and, this and that. No, man, we can glorify other things in life. We could rap about other things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't what it used to be out there. There's a whole bunch of the streets is totally different. That's dead, it's done, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same way. It's not the same way it was, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Things ain't the same. Very few people are still out there living that life. For real, for real. So if you still out there rapping, making millions of dollars, these rappers are still making music, gangster music, and they ain't been in the streets in 5 years. They still out here talking about the streets and who they running down on and they ops and everything, and they ain't been out there in 5 years, dog. Why is y'all lit? It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, they about that life. They stamped. They went to jail. Since when did prison become cool? We glorify going to prison. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Call yourself a man. And this is what he did to the young man. I'm gonna just play it. I ain't even got to talk about it. I'm going to play it and let y'all see it. This is what he actually did. Play the clip.
No, you let me.
Yes.
I'll make you. When? Tell me about it. Show me a picture. Show me a picture.
I got an autograph.
Oh, shit.
How many rings you got?
Nine.
I got a question.
Nine.
Oh, shit. We got the same amount.
And no, but we don't got the same bank account.
Look what he did to him. Joking or not, that's how you gotta assert yourself because he said you ain't had no rings. Come on, bro. And it's the same dude that's sitting there saying, that was profound. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah. Same dude sitting there talking about how profound it. Man, yo, man, get out of here with that, bro. Corny, bro. And I know y'all ain't gonna like it. I just hope y'all don't flag me. Let me get mine. You really don't like it, then say something about it. We can have those conversations, but we ain't got to agree with everything. But yeah, I'm going to hold y'all accountable because ain't nobody else going to do it. Ain't nobody else out there going to be man enough to sit there and pull these clips up the way that I did and do what I did. Nobody with a bigger platform, with a bigger name is going to do it and tell y'all this to y'all face. It's out there. There's receipts out there. Y'all totally contradicting yourself, but y'all keep talking about the bag and the transfer portal. It's insane the way that y'all going about doing this. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And Cam was he was down at Florida cutting up, backing up Tim Tebow. He backed up Tim Tebow at Florida. Yeah, he did. Cam Newton was down there. Yeah. Ended up at JUCO, and then he went to Auburn. You think he ain't getting no bread? Yeah. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work, bro. Crazy. We all do it. But you got to be able to, like, come on, man. Come on, man. It's just ridiculous to say that, man. I got to go back to the clip. Go back to the junk, you know what I'm saying? Because to the video, because I had that pulled down. And then we'll get into the rest of it, man, because there's another one where I want y'all to see, too, to react to the rest of this video, because I want y'all to see the rest of the video, you know what I'm saying, and everything. So let's get that pulled up and let's play that clip, man. Rest of this, all right?
Go to the next clip.
Yep. And even as we pause this, Cam, right now, Colorado sits, from December 30th, Colorado sits as one of the highest teams with the most transfers, number 6, tied for number 6 on that list.
They tied for number 6 with the most transfers with he in his 4th year of coaching. His 4th year of coaching, and he's tied for number 6 with the most people in the transfer portal. His 4th year, he's number 6 out of all the schools in his 4th year. And instead of, you know what I'm saying, trying to hold something accountable, he's trying to put it on the players that trying to get a bag. Man, that's crazy, bro. Y'all was saying this. What have we done? I will get criticized more for this video as a black man by other black men, mostly probably. You know what I'm saying? Than they would. And for the shenanigans they put out here on display in front of our face every single day. It's crazy. We're not glorifying things like just getting a little new rifle to go hunt some deer. You know what I'm saying? You get the deer, you know what I'm saying, process the meat, spread it amongst the family, save a couple, you know what I'm saying, $100 at least for the winter. At least we got some couple hamburger, you know what I'm saying, ground it up into some hamburger, whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying, with the deer meat. A lot of people process it different ways, but it helps feed a family, you know what I'm saying? You take down a moose, that could feed, you know what I'm saying, that could feed multiple families in a winter, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't think that way. There's a whole totally different way of us thinking out here because of the things that are constantly, because of the things that we consume, and the things that they're constantly teaching us and how to assert power over somebody. No, it's not how you do it. It's not at all. Not at all.
And next up, we have Tom Brady with his thoughts.
Would Tom Brady have finished his career at Michigan if the rules were the same then as they are now?
It's such a hypothetical situation. The only thing I can answer is to say that based on what my experience was, I wouldn't want it any other way. My college experience was very challenging. It was very competitive. The lessons I learned in college, certainly about competition, those traits transformed my life as a professional. I was ready to compete against anybody because the competition in college toughened me up so much that I had a self-belief and self-confidence in myself that whatever I was faced, I could overcome that. And I think if we take that away from a young student athlete to say, you know what, I know it's tough to compete, but what we're going to do before you have to compete, we're actually going to put you somewhere else so that you don't have to compete. That is absolutely the wrong thing to do to.
I think as we kind of unpack.
Now was profile. That was. And I ain't dissing, but that was because when now that's an NFL GM, am I correct? I'm correct with that, right, y'all? That's an NFL GM we just saw right there, right? That's an NFL GM sitting there telling y'all, collegiate players, that pretty much, he didn't say this, but if you stay at a university for your full 4 years, 5, however many years you got, you stay at one place, it's more valuable than moving around. They look at that kind of stuff in the NFL, by the way. They look at that. If you stay at a place until you receive your degree and you graduate early for 3 years and then you moved on to, to a different place or something like that, they look at that. How many times you moved around in the transfer portal. It shows a lot. Loyalty, it shows, a lot of people like to say competition, but I think it has a lot to do with development. I think players are just not moving because of money all the time. In some cases, players are moving from that. But see, what you're seeing is teams that are not successful in college football, you usually see movement on those teams, usually. Virginia Tech, I think, is a team that I was surprised that didn't get gutted the way that most teams started off with, like that, like how Willie Fritz did at Houston. You know what I'm saying? Or what David Braun is doing up at Northwestern, his 4th year, even Arizona State. You know what I'm saying? And what they're doing, he's in his 4th. You know what I'm saying? You're not seeing a complete overhaul of teams. You're not seeing that. But what he said, stand put, means a lot. It shows a lot. It does. It shows a lot, man. I can see if you're trying to move up into a bigger conference, but if you're already in a Big Ten or a SEC, I don't think it really looks good to be trading on those conferences, because right now those are the 2 biggest conferences. Or if you're at a school like Clemson or Miami, you know what I'm saying? I think Pitt's on a rise to be one of those schools to stay put at too. You know what I'm saying? I honestly do feel that way. But there's, certain schools, and leaving certain schools, I think, don't always look right. You know what I mean? But the only way to really, honestly, truly get a handle on a lot of this transfer portal, because I think that's what he's going to say in the rest of this. I think I played a lot of it enough to reference my points, so y'all can finish the rest. Y'all can catch it on you know what I'm saying, go to Cam Newton's show, catch the rest of the clip. Y'all can watch it there. But I think, contracts is the way to go. I said this on the show I was with David Talks Buffs and Raw High. Shout out to both of them individuals, man. I was a show about 3 years ago now, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if that, I know it's like over 2.5, you know what I'm saying? But I talked about contracts, and everybody in the comments kind of, you know what I'm saying, you're crazy. What is he talking about, contracts? I was looking ahead at the game, coming into college football, brand new YouTuber, content creator, whatever you want to call me, pundit, talking head, it don't matter. None of it affects me, right? But at the same time, I'm looking at it and studying the sport. Like, the only way they're going to be, this is about to go like a frenzy. This is about to be like free agency in the NFL. If they don't start having contracts with these players, it's going to be crazy. And yes, people always had some good, blowback on that, and some good things to say, counter arguments on that. But you can't stop a player from going to another school. But it says nothing about locking them in for the athletic contract with the school. That's what you have to find. They have to do. They have to start doing athletic contracts at these schools for players. They have to. That's the only way you're going to be handled on that. Now, and you leave it up to the player to make this choice, because this is going to smack them in the real world. If not, I don't care. They got to pay back the money. It's going to smack them back in the real world. But here's my argument with that, is that you can't stop them from going to another school. But say, they're going to school for, I don't know, basic communications while they're at Pittsburgh, right? But you want to transfer to go to another school for technology, right? But you can, there's community colleges in the area, other campuses. You got Carnegie Mellon, Robert Morris, Point State Park, got Slippery Rock. That's not too far. I mean, other schools that's close by, right? That's in about an hour distance that you can go to get that education. Or you can even be a smart ass and say, okay, you want to go to Virginia Tech? You can go to Virginia Tech for that tech. But you're going to be playing football here at Pitt because we got a contract. Unless you buy it out, and unless I get this paper back that I spent on you. That's real life, y'all. I know a lot of people out there don't agree with that, but that is real life. That is real life. And that's the only way that this is going to get a handle on. Now, I know it. That's absurd. How they going to be going to Virginia Tech and Pitt at the same time? Can't stop them from going to school. They want an education. You gotta let them get their education. Ain't no limit on going back to school. Ain't no limit on who can go to school and if what you want to go to school for. But as far as this athletic team is concerned, you'll be playing here. And that goes for baseball, hockey, basketball, volleyball, whatever. You are here. I got you here for the next 4 years. And those are decisions players are going to start having to make. Because that's the only way that you're going to get a handle on this. And yes, it may benefit a lot of players. There's no loss in signing a contract for 4 years for $4 million. What loss is that? What are we talking about? You still got name, image, and likeness to go with it. I mean, they're openly letting you pay for play, but you still have your name, image, and likeness that you didn't sign over. You're not signing over your name, image, and likeness. You can get, you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever with your name, image, and likeness, build your own brand. They're allowing you to get your own money outside of that contract. So outside of whatever contract you may sign, you still can get an extra bag, which is crazy. I mean, schools got the means to do it. You got GMs now. They've been had lawyers. They always had good lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of them getting it done, and what schools is willing to go ahead and just start doing it. Because I'll tell you what, if I had a university, I'd be loving it right now, because that's exactly what I would be doing. I would be locking my players down like that. Period, point blank. That's just what it is. That's life. You want to pull out this contract? Okay. Well, that school wants you. Okay. Well, now you going. I pay it. What I gave him $100,000. You gotta give me $300. Do you want him? Because I know what he produced. I know what he did. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Then you put the incentives on it. You can put incentives and contracts in an agreement. You hit this many yards or you get this many catches or whatever, the same way. Yeah. You will not, you ain't gonna get, I'm not gonna renegotiate with you, but you if you hit this mark, if you hit this mark in a season, every season, then yeah, we can go here with it. I'll give you this much more on top of this. That's how you get it. That's how you incentivize a child. Act like we don't know how to raise them. You take a PlayStation away from them When they cutting up, they gonna get their act together, get their grades together. Then you give it back to them. But then you also tell them, yeah, I'll get you that new NC. I'll get you the new football game that come out. If you get XYZ down, I'm gonna get you a new football game, take you to the mall, go get the J, boo, 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 whatever. And they gonna get it done. Act like we don't know how to do that. Gotta put some structure on it. But back to how contradictory we is. It's crazy the way that we do that. How they literally show the public one thing, but then turn around and try to spin it and go a whole nother way. And the people who condone the behavior is crazy. It's crazy. Oh, that's Coach Prime. Man, we all love Deion, man. We all do. We all like Deion. But the problem is there ain't enough people who gonna look at Deion and not gonna hold him accountable for the bullish, that like he call it. Ain't enough of people gonna do it. That's the problem. The problem with all of us. And then we can't take it when somebody do it. The first thing you're gonna do is to issue on somebody to say, "Oh, you a bum. Oh, you ain't got the likes. You ain't got the comments. You ain't got this." So what we doing, man? What is we doing? The first thing that somebody talk about to insert power is money. You don't hear that with no other culture but ours. Nobody else but ours. The first thing. They get mad when somebody try to say something about it. They allowed to get the bag. You can't tell nobody if they ain't never had nothing that they can't get it. Especially when you ain't doing nothing but showing them that. And got the nerve to bring it on your show and talk about it when you on the internet acting like you're jacking off, talking about you got more money than somebody. Ain't that something? Y'all got to tell me how y'all feel about the reaction video down in the comments, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down in the comments, man. You know, I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Hype the video. I know how I always end the videos. Pray for yourself. Pray for each other. Pray for me. I'm always praying for y'all, and especially the ones I see down in the comments, man.